Hi, everybody. Welcome to ActorsE Chat Show. I'm your host, Brett Walkow. And today we have a very special guest. He's been on every cover from the New York Times to LA Times. He's covered everything from the Grammys to the Golden Globes, and he's actually doing some really cool stuff right now with Going Green and in South Africa, which we're going to find out about right now. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Michael Caulfield.
Yay! Thank you.
Hi, Michael.
First of all, I just had to correct one thing. It's
Yes.
actually West Africa, not South Africa.
It's West Africa?
Yeah.
Are you going to get busted?
I hope not.
You going to get busted by the South African people?
I don't know, but anyway.
Staking claim?
Just want to be correct. Okay?
Just want to be correct so he doesn't get letters.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Hi, Michael.
How you doing?
Good. How are
actually,
you?
I want to start by saying a thank you to you, actually. And I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I just know that this guy right here, if you ever need to look up a definition of a friend, this guy is the guy, because I'm not joking. I'm not joking. I'm not trying to do this to up his ratings, but I will say that this guy was there for me during one of my darkest hours. So
Thanks, Mike.
Anyway,
Thanks.
that
I
being said,
love this guy. No, we've been through a lot together. You know,
Yeah.
we one thing you don't know about the show is we talk a lot about the ups and downs in this industry, and it's a roller coaster ride. And if you don't hold on to your good friends, you know, we're the rocks. You know.
Absolutely, and it's just it's a lesson learned. So you go through. I think we'll talk about this further in the show, but I think that when you go through something very dramatic, that's when it's time to actually go back to your friends. And we already had the conversation actually last night. So anyway, it's good.
Yeah,
good place to be.
This is a great place to start because we have a lot of people out there that are struggling right now as actors who are going through that downtime where it's just hell, because you go into this business with a love of your craft, and then suddenly you're just kind of punched in the face by the industry all the time and forgetting yourself. And like you said, just to everybody out there, grab your friends, stay with your family. They're your rock. Stay with them through all of this, and then we'll all have a love-in.
Well, I think that's actually where we're going. It's funny you bring that up because I feel like we are moving into an age of Aquarius. It's all about doing the right thing.
Is that the segue you're going for right now?
I don't know. But
That's pretty good.
I feel like we've all been through hell, and I think that it's time to actually get out of it and actually move on and move into a better place.
Like your apartment on the beach? Can we stay there for a little while to heal with all the lovely ladies? See, that's the thing is you're like, we need to heal. This man lives on the boardwalk in the beach and shoots models, 24 hours a day. And I come by and he's like, man,
Always exaggerating.
life is just tough, man.
Yeah.
And Cindy, can I have another mimosa? Thanks.
Actually,
that's your twin sister. Okay.
It gets boring after a while. I gotta tell you. It really
Look at his
does.
face. Look at the smile right there. It gets boring after a while.
It gets boring. You want to move on to something new, and I think that's what we're going to talk about today. Is actually a new project, and it's.
No, we're going to talk about the hot models first, and then we're going to talk about the new project.
All right, let's do it your way, then. That's fine.
Well, that's my show. You don't have a choice. I want everybody to find out a little bit about your career because there's a pattern in your career that I really like that you've created two giant entities in this industry that are all about helping people. And I want to start with with obviously WireImage.
Okay.
You started as a photographer.
Yep.
Tell us how you got your start as a photographer.
Basically, the short of it is
here's
that
WireImage right here.
WireImage down here actually is one of the reasons actually why we actually built WireImage was to become sort of like a SAG for photographers.
Yeah,
and
that's the thing I was getting at is that you really. Let me explain to the audience. The Associated Press, in case you don't know, it's like random photographers just shooting for different people. They get paid. And Michael kind of said, well, wait a minute, actors get residuals. And then you went, well, I need to create something like that for photographers.
Yep. And that's basically how it laid out. It was kind of the formula was already set for SAG. So we just said, look, let's kind of be that for photographers and, go after, righting the wrongs of the agencies that were taking advantage of the photographers. So it's kind of like, uniting all the clans and bringing all the photographers together and being a better industry for photographers.
I'm waiting for a Harpoon to come in because, you took on a huge industry. Didn't they come after you?
Absolutely. In fact, one of our biggest competitors actually finally bought us, which was Getty Images, and they were actually a great competitor because I think it actually drove the level of professionalism to a higher level and actually being the best. So I think that We got a hand in the audience here.
Oh, he got confused. We have a chatter question. She raises her hand when we have a chatter question.
Let's go for it.
She's not she's not a crazy lady who doesn't work here. She is a crazy lady. She's our producer. Okay. We have a chatter. We have a question. What do we got? Several questions.
First question is, if there's a photograph on the internet,
yes.
Can I take it and use it for my own purpose?
That's a great question. If there's a photograph on the internet, can I just take it and use it whenever I like? Go, Michael.
Actually, it all depends because there's two different there's rights managed and royalty free usage, which are two different styles of being able to use and license the image. So generally speaking, you have to get permission of either the entity that actually owns the content or the photographer himself before you actually use the photo. So you can't just pull a photo off the internet and just use it because you're going to end up finding, that's copyright infringement, and you can't do that. So
now, for myself, making a lot of short films on the internet, when I first started, I didn't really bother. I was just making stuff. But yeah, if you even take some random photo and throw it in your YouTube video, you do not have the rights to your video.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
You can't do that. And that's actually one of the reasons why WireImage was built, is because being that protector of the photographer's rights, and that's kind of what SAG was all about. So
that must have been a tough time though, because when you launched, that's when the internet kind of shot up, and I would think that made it really hard to hold on to the rights of
Well,
photos.
what's interesting is I think it was a lot of it was timing, because I think photographers were ready for a change like this.
Yeah,
and
they were.
I think that basically, timing is everything, and I think that's, we talk about the next, topic we will talk about in the future is going green. I think everyone realizes that you have these different Occupy movements that are out there, and I think people are ready for that change because it is time.
Yeah, yeah. Chatter question.
How do you know that you can use a photograph or not? How do you know if it's copyrighted?
Oh, that's a good question. How do you know if you can use a photograph or not? I know that you go to some royalty-free sites and, it'll have an X through it. You can't use it, this kind. But, yeah, how can you figure out if there's certain photos that you can use or not use?
Well, generally speaking, if using Getty Images as an example, actually, is that, on the website, the website itself, it'll actually have the actual restrictions based underneath the photos. So it'll tell you if it's a stock, photo that's being used. Let's say it's a puppy dog or a flower or whatever you want to use it for an ad. It'll say what the usage is allowable and what is not allowable.
Now, so they know, where can they get royalty-free versus, purchasing photos from WireImage or from Getty or wherever?
Well, there's several different agencies that offer stock photography images as well as editorial images. It all really depends on your usage, what your intent is. So,
you pay differently based on what you're doing.
Absolutely, and you can pay differently based on space rates of what the size of the photo is, the potential circulation of the photo. It can be converted into an ad. You look at certain companies like Apple that did the whole Think Different campaign where
they had to use those old images.
All the old images, but you have to go back to the original content owner to then license the image for an ad.
Wow, so each one of those images they had to go back and...
You got to go back, yep.
Question thing from the internet place.
I'm 13. I want to do a book report. I want to do it turn it in online. Can I use pictures on the person that I'm...
That's a great question.
Actually,
what's the chatter's name?
Well,
we have a 13-year-old chatter out there. Derek, hey, Derek, that's a great question. Derek said he's doing a book report.
Okay.
And remember when we used to do book reports, we would do it with a...
I had to do it for my dad.
We did it with a pencil on wood. And he has the internet now. We had Encyclopedia Britannica. You remember those? Anybody out there remember Encyclopedia Britannica? You're always missing
a book.
You're always missing L and P because your mom got it from a yard sale.
Yeah.
Okay, so Derek's question was he's doing a book report, and if he's doing something online and he uses a picture online, is it okay that he does that?
Well, again, the question, you have to go back to the original content owner because there's certain restrictions on usage. That's a good example because sometimes when it's being used specifically for educational purposes and it's actually a nonprofit or whatever, then there are exceptions to the rule as far as what the amount of potential money there might be exchanging hands, which is a lot lower rate, or it could be free, depending on what the usage is.
Derek, if you're writing that screenplay in class, it's a no-no. You're watching ActorsE here on ActorsEntertainment.com. Let's take a look while Mary Jo Gruber tells us about our newest sponsor, who we love, HouseOfCronenman.com. They make these beautifully crafted horses. I'll let you tell her about it. I'll let her tell you, and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Mary Jo Gruber from the Actors Reporter to tell you about the Kronemann Carousel Collection. Beautifully crafted carousel horses inspired by the Grand Andalusian horses and dancing Lipizzaner stallions of Vienna, Austria. The design of the Kronemann Carousel Collection was created by Jenny Kronemann, an Australian-born artist. The classical influences evident in Jenny's work stem from her fascination and love of Europe, its romance and old-world charm, and its magnificent horse breeds. Each Kronemann Carousel Collection piece is meticulously handcrafted from cold-cast stone resin, anchored to a sturdy wood base, has a solid brass pole, hand-painted and glazed to the highest gloss, and embellished with authentic precision-cut Swarovski crystals. These carousel horses are magnificent and part of a limited edition numbered with the artist's signature on the base, and comes with a certificate of authenticity. Mention Actors Reporter for a special 20% discount. One of these beautiful pieces would make a wonderful and unique gift and guaranteed to bring endless smiles, but this offer is available for a limited time. Order yours online today at www.houseofkroneman.com.
Mary Jo. Hi, we're back. Rewind this show later and watch Mary Jo right at the end there. She's like this. This is kind of creepy. HouseOfKroneman.com, everybody. We love them. And why do we love them? Because they really do make these really cool, individually crafted horses. They've actually showed them to us here in the studio, and they're really, really intricate. So during the holidays, get them one of those instead of going to Target and getting them some stupid. Not that I don't love Target. Sponsor. Michael Caulfield, everybody. So we have a lot of chatter questions, and I'll tell you, during the show, we sometimes get, some chatter questions, sometimes we get up. We're getting a lot today because a lot of people out there, the internet is the place to do so much stuff nowadays. Sure. Young filmmakers are suddenly creating a studio and putting it on YouTube. Kids are creating, now icons on YouTube. And, so much is going on that they need pictures.
Content.
So
Yeah,
content. So people.
King.
So actually, let's not even talk about pictures. It's content and video. People are about content. So I think a lot of our chatters are asking a similar question. How do they go about going to a WireImage or going to a Getty and purchasing a picture if they've never done it before? And is it a lot of money? Is it a little money? Give them a little read on it.
Well, I think the best way to describe it, again, my background really isn't in the actual the legalities of picture taking. But I do know. But I do know what I do know is the fact that
there's WireImage again.
When you have a company like WireImage, or you're going to go purchase the images, there's a contact page, and you actually have to then talk to the acting representative of the organization that actually has the rights to distribute the image, and they will explain to you based on whatever the usage is that you want to use it for, because every situation is different. I want to be very clear on that.
I think there's two different main categories here that'll be easier to split off on. There's the photos that WireImage purchases, and then there's the one that you guys shoot yourself. Is there a difference? There's a difference in my hand motion when I do it. I know that. This one happens here.
Well, I think to better answer the question, you're saying like if a photographer takes the picture and then sells the image versus someone that's purchasing the image to use it for usage. Is that kind of where we're going with this?
No, well, I guess what I'm saying is like for just WireImage period. I think that there's. How does it work? Do people just call you up and go, "Hey, I got some photos"? Or you have your in-house photographers too.
Absolutely.
So that's what I'm saying. Is it different? That people bringing photos and you guys having photos.
There's a core of staff photographers that are the ones that are assigned, or they're frequently requested by various publicists for certain events to be covered. Then there's also contributing photographers, which are the ones that actually have something. Perfect example is someone that actually sees something on the street and happens to shoot something that's exclusive, and nobody has it, and all of a sudden they're like, well, where's my outlet? Where do I go with this image? I think there's value to this image. Then my suggestion actually is, I'm going to plug my own company, WireImage.
Not at all.
Because I think that the bottom line is to actually go to a company that actually has a reputation of actually treating the photographer fairly and being truthful as to what the value of that photograph is.
There's something I learned from you and I learned from Pepper here in the show is that you succeed. One of the reasons you succeeded when you started was you were very you took care of everybody.
Focused.
Well, what? Who?
Focused. Focus.
Look, a squirrel. No, you took great care in everybody that you shot, and what I mean by that is a lot of these stations, it's all about gossip. It's
Sure.
all about, screwing somebody to make a buck.
Yep.
We talk about something on this show that we're always positive on this show. Too many news shows are ripping celebrities. Their personal lives are not important. It's the entertainment.
Yeah.
And you prided yourself on that as well. And that's something that you just mentioned that it was very neat. I remember you were shooting, I think it was Christina Aguilera's birthday party. Do you remember that?
There's several.
Oh,
birthday
years
parties.
and years
Yeah,
and
yeah,
years and
yeah,
years ago,
yeah.
you came up to me. You're like, Brett, it was crazy. I'm like, tell me. You're like, I can't.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude. You're like, dude. There were these photos,
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, let me see. You're like, I can't. Those are gone. And I begged you, and
Yeah.
we were the closest of friends. You still were like, nope.
Well, you actually bring up the best point. Is that's one of the reasons why WireImage was successful.
Yeah.
Is the fact that you actually had a trust with the celebrity that you were going to deliver the images that they would want to be delivered to the public to show their side of the story.
Right, which I
So-
never realized that, it's not that they just stop and pose for 5 pictures at a party. You take 30 pictures and maybe 15 of those aren't appropriate. And being, the solid company that you are, you guys go, look, that's never going to see the light of day.
Yeah.
We have a question, chatter.
Yes, a couple. One person wants to know who was the favorite celebrity that you shot,
Oh, that's a good one.
and another one wants to know how you got started as a photographer.
Those are great questions.
They are great questions. And
I'm not going to tell the audience.
I got to tell you, if I
Boy, no, we need to retell them. Otherwise, they don't know what's going on.
Go ahead.
First chatter wanted to know, how does Big Bird's hair get so yellow?
Wow. Throwing me for a loop on that question.
The producer left the room. This is where we do stupid stuff.
Pepper's not in the room!
This is why I love this guy.
She's going to love this later. Don't forget to visit our sponsors.
You never know. Live TV, ladies and gentlemen. There
Yay!
you go. There you go.
So,
But
Michael.
anyway, on a serious note, I mean to answer
Really? Serious note now?
to answer the chatter's question, what was the question again? By the
Big
way?
Bird's hair.
Big Bird's hair.
Yes.
Exactly. No, I think that the question here is that people asked whether or not, or what was my favorite celebrity that I ever shot, and
Yeah.
I think that's actually now that she's back, we can be serious about that
Yeah,
question,
of course.
and pretend like we're still going.
Why'd you ruin it? Producer walks back in the room. He's like the kid with the can of the cookie jar.
I know, I was like, oh, I got busted. Yeah, exactly.
Well, tell us one of like your favorite celebrity moments when
Well-
you're out shooting there with something that's going on that somebody dove off a stage. I mean, I know you've seen so many things.
Yeah, I think to answer the original question, I think that it's difficult to answer who's my favorite celebrity because everybody has different moments, and everyone.
Well, I think they meant I think they meant more of like a celebrity moment. Like
a celebrity
that's why I
moment.
was bringing it up.
Oh,
like
okay,
I think
okay,
they
not
meant
a
like
specific person.
you got people online going, man, this guy's seen everybody. So
Yeah.
maybe something that you
Specific
saw that you
moment.
can tell us about.
Well, actually, I mean, one of the things that I think that we'll probably, hopefully, we have a shot of one of the moments that was a shot of Cher backstage at a charity event.
Wow, look at
And
this.
Actually, here it is right here. And
That's Cher, that's
it's-
Bono,
and-
and that's
Come on.
Sambora?
Richie Sambora.
That is
Good,
Sambora,
good.
yeah.
You got it. Now, the
What do
cool
I
part
win?
you're a dead ringer for him.
They get a prize?
No, anyway, that particular moment was one of my favorite moments because you're seeing celebrities.
Can we put it back up on the side so
Yeah.
we can talk about it while
Yeah.
he's on?
One of the things that's
Thank you,
interesting
Mary
about this photo is that you see celebrities actually impressed with another celebrity. They're actually happy to see someone because you have to remember their lives are so busy that they may
look at that.
never even see this person. So the fact
Look-
that you're there to capture that moment, it's very special because it's special to them as well.
Wow.
And you're like, wow, I was actually part of something that was real, and it was a celebrity moment.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's got to just feel great when you're just there. I mean, looking back at that, look at Cher. You can see the genuine, love
Yeah.
of Bono and Sambora just,
And it only
wanting
happened
to-
once. It was one kiss, and you had to be ready for it. And that's and nailing the moment. That's actually not one of those though. But nailing the moment is actually one of the fun parts about being a photographer. So.
Yeah, huh? Now, here's something you did. Oh, who's this here?
Oh, here's another one actually. This is this is.
duh. Took me a
Jennifer
second with
Lopez,
Ben.
You got Ben Affleck and you have Nicole Kidman. This is actually the opening of Jen's restaurant, and
Look how happy she is.
I was actually contracted to shoot the opening and had the exclusive to shoot all the behind the scenes stuff. Again, images were supposed to be approved for for release. And again, getting back to the trust factor, I think that one of the things that that allowed WireImage to be successful is the fact that going back to historically, 9/11. Actually, this is actually kind of different because this is actually a photo that I took. And then I re-transformed it in Photoshop.
Jack doesn't do that to a camera?
No, he doesn't. Actually,
I thought this was a normal shot of Jack, and he just emanates so
funny.
much just...
Right, I know we're kind of moving fast here, but that was just a piece of artwork that I converted into a piece of artwork. This shot is actually interesting. This moment actually would impress you because I know that your comedic background, Jim Carrey. I had literally just a few minutes to shoot this portrait.
Wow!
And this is actually the People's Choice Awards a little while back, and I said, "Hey, look, give me the real Jim, and just give it to me like whenever." And he said, he told me, he goes, "I don't think you're ready for it." And I said, "Well, let's just try me," that kind of thing. So, he turned and he said, "Are you ready?" And he says, "I'm going to give you the real me right now. Here it is." And he went dead in the camera and gave me that look, and he said, "You got me. That is me." And I think it's because he has a very serious side, and that's what he kind of wanted to show in that moment. Actually, this is actually pretty recent. This is
when the two of you were dating at your beach house. Let's start a rumor about Michelangelo.
I thought this wasn't a gossip show. But
it's not.
Well, the funny thing is, this is actually
because nobody's going to believe that you're messing around with J-Lo.
I went down to
because I am
into Central America to actually shoot. This is actually one of the Mayan ruins.
Oh, that was?
Yeah, and it was actually for a music video. I'm Into You. And it was a moment on set where we wanted to basically, do a POV, same perspective as the camera, which everyone that, but the audience may not, is the same perspective and shoot that frame so it captures the actual essence of what happened in that scene.
Wow.
So
we're going to talk about more of this in a second.
All right.
But now, you're watching ActorsE here on ActorsEntertainment.com. Let's take a look while Danica Quinn tells us about some helpful organizational software for actors at PerformerTrack.com. Check it out, and then we're going to be back with Michael Caulfield.
Hi guys, I'm Danica Quinn with Actors Podcast Network, and I'm here to talk to you about something really special. Treat your performing career, guys, as it should be treated. Like a business, not a hobby. We want to let you guys know about the absolute best tool out there to assist you with running every single aspect of your performing career brilliantly. And you don't have to use batteries. It's called Performer Track. With Performer Track, you can easily log, track, and manage all of your auditions, callbacks, bookings, income, expenses, contacts, appointments, classes, workshops, and more. Ooh, I'm out of breath, all in one spot. It's brilliant. Best of all, it's online, so you can use it on a Mac, on a PC, and any Internet Connect handheld device like an iPhone, Palm Pre, or Nexus One. By the way, Performer Track ties all of your unique career information together and then breaks it down into easy to understand statistical reports for all of us blondes out there. Finally, you can discover what is or what is not working for you and your career. Get rid of wasted time, guys, energy, and money on the things that are not advancing your career and only build upon your successes. Run a performing business, not a hobby. Learn more at performertrack.com. Join Performer Track and save $20 on your first year of membership. Everybody loves a good discount. Use coupon code ActorsReporter. It's all one word. Again, coupon code ActorsReporter. I'm Danica Quinn with Actors Podcast Network, and be sure to check out Performer Track. Hi guys, I'm Danica Quinn.
How do you guys work with this guy? I don't get it. Is that from your old Gappy? Is that the?
Are we still on break?
Hey Brett, we're back in.
Oh, hi everybody! Welcome back to ActorsE Chat
Look
Show.
how big your head is compared to mine.
It's a big head.
It is a big head. I think you have to move back a little bit so we can have equal heads.
Like that?
Yeah.
Is that sexy?
Is that not?
Hey everybody, welcome.
I'll go a little forward. There you go. Okay.
Welcome back to ActorsE Chat Show. I'm your host, Brett Walkow, and I'm going to sing you a little song.
He's making love to the mic.
Performertrack.com. Make sure you check them out, everybody. Don't I look all serious now? And now a commercial. No, we do love Performer Track. You guys hear us talk about it all the time. The reason we do is, and you should check it out actually, because it really helps organizationally. There's a lot of actors out there who are constantly going, how do I keep track of things on my Outlook or my iPhone or my pager? And performertrack.com does it, everybody. So check it out and mention Actors Reporter, get $20 off. That's right. I think that was my best commercial yet. You missed it, Pepper. And now we're back on the show with Michael Caulfield. One thing I do want to
I
talk
feel like
about.
I'm in a game show a little bit.
You are.
Yeah, it's. I'm sorry. Is that?
Not at all.
Okay.
You're going to win a prize today.
Oh God,
You're not going to want it
I
at
have
all.
no idea what it's
But
gonna
you're
be.
going to win it. It's going to be fun.
All right.
You're going to cry on the inside, but you'll look happy on the outside, like most of Hollywood.
Excellent.
The thing we want to talk about with the celebrities and everything that you and I were talking about on break, these photos that you're capturing, is it not nerve-wracking? I mean, suddenly you're in a room with Jim Carrey and you got 2 minutes and you got to pull a photo. I mean, that was a great, incredible shot. How do you keep your focus?
Well, again,
I mean, that right there. I mean,
yeah. I mean, it's a nice shot. And it's a nice moment. I think that you look at someone like a Jim Carrey or any seriously A-list actor, and they're going to give you exactly what you need in 30 seconds or less because they know what they're doing. They're professional, and that's the beauty. I think that's the beauty of actually capturing moments where I only have a few seconds to a few minutes with someone, and you got to be able to bring back a little bit of their personality like that. So, and a good example is, here you have Paris Hilton, and this is a shot that the thing with Paris though is that she can go all day and shoot and give you the best possible look for so long, and I don't want to start picking different actors that actually have the ability to do that, but she just has it in front of the camera. You just photograph her like that.
well, that's something you taught me, and I think it's important for the actors to know out there. The photographer is not going to help you perform. And I think that, a good photographer will, work with you, engage you as you do.
Sure.
But you taught me that years ago. You were throwing me on camera, and I myself was just comfortable with you because I knew you, but I didn't know what to do with myself. And I didn't have a read of myself on camera. So, you say to be yourself, and you have to come ready to a photo shoot. You're dealing with all these guys that, boom, they know how to nail it.
Yeah.
I'm sure it makes your job much easier,
But I think
obviously.
what's also, you bring up a great point, because even as a photographer, a good example here is Taylor Swift, and you actually want to, like I said, you have such a short period of time with them, and you actually have to almost act as a photographer as well, because you kind of have to bring things out of them sometimes. Sometimes they don't have
You have
whatever
to act as a photographer as well?
I know it sounds crazy, but it's like you have to actually bring something out of them, and then all of a sudden they're on as well. So,
Oh, okay. I thought
yeah.
you meant, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, of course. I mean, that you have to have that relationship with
Sure.
a photographer. You have to find a good one. We have a chatter thing.
How did you get started as a photographer, and what kind of lights do you use?
Ooh, how did you get started as a
did I get started as a
photographer,
photographer?
and what kind of lights did you use?
Actually, this is actually a story I probably haven't told to many people, but
Really?
yeah,
Exclusively here on this show.
Here. Actually, I got started when I transferred high schools from. Brett and I went to the same high school, and then I moved up north.
Go Normans.
Go Normans, exactly. Storm Normans. And then when I moved up north, I didn't know a lot of people. I had to start fresh, and I moved up to where my dad lived, his hometown. And my mom, as kind of a parting gift, gave me my first camera. And
I never
and
knew
she,
that.
Yeah, and she said, "Hey, and I
This is junior year?
I don't
Junior
want to do some branding, but it was a Pentax K1000, and I remember it was my first camera. And she said, "Look, if you ever get bored, just pick up this camera, because I know that you have, I know you have
Wow.
it. So just go out and
Your
create
mom
things."
started it all.
Well, she's got the art background. My dad always had the logical, the writing background. As you know, he's a writer, producer, and director. And so I think that actually enabled me to make a lot of new friends at the high school that I transferred to. And then I got on yearbook staff and decided.
Wait, this was junior year, right?
This is well, end of sophomore year, and then I moved into junior year, and that's when I got on yearbook staff, and realized that all of a sudden now I realized the power of the camera, because everybody wants to be photographed.
Did you get the chicks?
What do you think? Anyway, not at all. But
No,
I
did you?
think-
No, come on.
I
Because
think-
we got a lot of
I
of high school kids right now going, wait a minute. You mean if I bring a camera to school, I could be like, hello, ladies.
Okay, let's just say that.
Did it work out?
I think the whole Peter Parker thing actually does help a
Did
little
it
bit.
really?
I think that the little the Superman being the journalist and kind of bringing out the truth and things.
You just
These
made
were all-
yourself Superman, though.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm just saying.
He is.
I'm,
Ladies, right there.
I take out my shirt on the. No, but I think that a lot of these guys are actually they're role models as you grow up. But I think that when I got that camera and got in front of it, I felt very comfortable about being myself behind the camera.
Wow.
And allowing people to, or actually show people a side of them and actually have fun on yearbook staff and do all kinds of crazy photos. And then I realized that, hey, I can make a living at this, because I actually got.
You realized that in high school?
Yeah, actually, I got booked. I was actually a professional photographer as a senior in high school, and I actually had worked on a local newspaper, and I actually had been given the opportunity because one of the photographers kind of got tired or was sick and didn't want to shoot the high school football games. So my dad said, hey, look, he was friends with the editor at the time of the newspaper, and said, hey, why don't you see my son's stuff, because I think he can actually probably handle this. And I got my first shot at shooting high school football for the local newspaper, and I was actually paid for it. And
never knew that.
I still, if I dig it up, I bet you I still have a check from the Argus Courier back in Petaluma, California.
You got it.
Like for $25. This shot actually, this is actually going back in the kind of the history of my evolution. Back when we actually had a team for Los Angeles Raiders, and again, this is the exciting part of this. Is actually good.
Look
good,
at
good,
that
good
shot. Look
no,
at be a
this
part
is
of that moment.
But this is a shot that actually was taken before we actually did have autofocus that we were using on a consistent basis, and you actually had to know where the action was coming to, be there before it, and be pre-focused on where that shot was going to take place.
Whoa!
That's a perfect example right here too, as well. You've got
You had no autofocus on that?
No,
You're
this
just
is
holding
600 millimeter lens
skill.
on a monopod.
Look at that shot.
And just knowing where the action's going to be and be there before it happens.
Oh, that's a good point. So you're kind of anticipating
It's kind of funny. I'm actually talking to myself when I used to shoot sports. I used to actually look at the quarterback and read his eyes because the eyes don't lie. So you actually watch and they telegraph where that ball's going to go.
Can you help me on the?
I shouldn't have just told that because
Make a little money.
Football is going to be a little upset.
We have a question.
About lighting.
Oh, that's a good question. We have a question about lighting. I, in video, have learned very recently that lighting is everything.
Absolutely.
And I wanted to find your opinion on that, because I've seen people shoot on the worst camera with the best lighting and have a better shot than the best camera with terrible lighting.
Sure, and I think that again, I think one of the things that I've always talked about, and you and I have already shot before, is that golden hour. I always call it God's light, but it's like
you can't. You always made me shoot at that time.
Just golden hour, because you got nice warm light. You have nice warm skin tones in the later afternoon than you do in the mornings when it's colder light. And probably has to do with something with physics as far as the temperature of
the harsher.
color.
Well, the harsher light, more.
But again, as far as that's available lighting, but again with studio lighting, I use Pro Photo and I use Dynalights. So.
And we'll find out more. If you're watching ActorsE Chat Show here on ActorsEntertainment.com, let's take a look while Anna Shell Ray tells us about a one-of-a-kind gift shop at ArtistOr.com. Check it out. Look at the smoking mug with the clown. It's my favorite. And we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Anna Shaw Ray, here to share with you a terrific online gift store, ArtistOr.com. ArtistOr is an online art colony of completely original and absolutely affordable gifts and fine art. ArtistOr is particularly fun because it includes many unique and one-of-a-kind gifts, cards, and wall art that you can't get anywhere else. For example, in the gift section, ArtistOr carries beautiful apparel art ties. Yes, art ties! Ties hand-decorated with jewelry, fringe, beads, and all sorts of stuff. Animal art ties, art deco ties, music ties, you name it. And best of all, the ties are for both men and women and can be worn well with a pair of jeans or in a tux. ArtistOr also has inspirational corporate jungle posters. Joe Sabatino likes the poster of the hippo. He put it on his refrigerator to remind him of what not to look like. Yes, clown art, custom airbrush t-shirts, hand-knit scarves, photography, handmade decorated soaps, and more, all on one site, ArtistOr.com. I especially enjoy the artwork by Brennan section of ArtistOr. Brennan offers his artwork on note cards, mugs, and wall art, whether it's cocktail ladies, a smoking clown, or Ben and Becky's art for a child's room. Brennan's unique watercolor or pen and ink art will be perfect for the occasion. And when you use the discount code ActorsReporter at checkout, you'll get 10% off your entire ArtistOr order. ArtistOr.com. That's spelled ArtistOr. That's ArtistOr. Check it out. You'll be glad you did. ArtistOr.com for all your unique gift needs.
Hey! You want a Christmas card, everybody? Go to ActorsStore.com. We love them, and they actually have these really new cool Christmas cards. They have Santa cards. They have all sorts of great gifts, and I constantly promote them because I love them. They're so... Every artist on there, it's really a great company. What they do is individual artists make all these different things, and they sell them right there on the site, not for big cost. Get something nice for someone for this holiday so you can show you love them.
It's always the thought that counts.
It is the thought that counts.
It is true.
It is Michael
And you can't
Caulfield.
go wrong
And if
when
you
you-
mention Actors Reporter, you get $100.
No.
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 300.
No.
No.
10.
$10.
10%.
10% off. All right.
Yay!
See, you won something on the show.
It's amazing.
And I got fired. Did I get fired today yet?
You're fired.
Yay!
I'm here for my stuffed animal. I don't know where it is, but
You're stuck. It's coming. You got to do that thing.
little dance. Okay,
Yeah, you can do a little dance. Can you dance?
not with you. But,
You dance at the clubs, man. I'll tell you. You see this Peter Parker guy. You think he's like, Mr. Peter Parker.
mild mannered.
This guy, when you go to a club, there's bottle service and the ladies and the hello, and then you like go. It's almost like, yeah, you are Superman. You're like, pimp daddy when you're out, and then like business time.
Well, I think that was kind of the old me, but I'm kind of mellowing out a little bit now. That's
Because you're old.
really.
That didn't come out right at
Not
all.
at all. Wow. Let's just say seasoned.
Seasoned, yeah.
That's the polite way of saying old.
Right.
Yeah.
Something like that. Well, we have wow. Who's this?
I wonder who.
Where were you when
actually-
you shot this?
This is Michael Jackson, actually. I think this was actually, if I'm not mistaken, it was something for Dick Clark Productions. I think it was American Music Awards.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. It's quintessential Michael being Michael, and it's a pleasure to actually have something like this in your portfolio because you're shooting a true legend. So
What was it like to
people can
shoot-
say anything they want about these guys.
Oh, here you go.
Actually, I brought this one for you. Actually,
Oh, that's a great
because that's
shot.
Rickles, and I this was originally shot in color for his memoir book, but I converted it to black and white because I felt like that's kind of his old Hollywood, and it's kind of a tribute to classic.
Yeah.
Classic Hollywood.
Yeah, that's shot. Do you find it's easier to shoot comedians versus actors, or anybody input like?
Yeah. See, here's a perfect example. I actually shot this. Again, I think this is People's
Great
Choice
shot,
Awards.
Michael.
And it's fun because you got Robin Williams, and you just let Robin be Robin. And actually, this is the conversion into artwork. And actually, if anybody would like to learn more about this, basically just play around in Photoshop. But I'd like to actually auction these off for the charity that we might talk about, which is
Yeah.
we
will talk about.
Okay.
We might talk about. Forget the chair. No, I do want to talk about that. Let's dive into that right now. Again, I see a pattern in your life that is really beautiful. That WireImage was created out of the love of a photographer.
Yes.
You really kind of said, I want to do this for photographers. And you're doing the same thing now with two different companies. And I think let's go with the Go Green first. That here's a company that you guys want to make a difference, and tell us about it.
Exactly. Basically, in a nutshell, you've got.
Is this the Facebook right here?
That's the Facebook for
Yes.
Go Green, yeah. But what we're trying to do is sort of educate the television film industry, letting them know that you can go green by actually using LED lights, which are much safer for the environment, non-toxic, and they actually produce enough light, and they actually require less power. So you're not pulling as much power. A perfect example, using diesel generators that they use right now. If you use LED lighting, you will not need to draw as much gas. So you're actually helping the environment by not drawing as much gas.
So why aren't people using LED lights?
Because there's also you have to educate. You have to change. Some people have different preferences on taste as far as the color of the light. They may not feel like
is there a different?
Well, you can certainly compensate by gelling the light. You can do. I mean, as you well know, you can gel any light and create the warmth of whatever you like. So I think as long as people get educated on the fact that you can go green using, we have a green generator that actually will handle a full-on production of film production. Yeah.
Wait. Back up. Okay. How do you have a generator that's completely green that'll run a set?
Okay, I'll give you an example. I think we might have a picture of it where Ian Somerhalder, one of the actors, I think it's coming up right. Actually,
is that
here.
it right there?
Yeah, this is Ian Somerhalder. I guess he's the one of the stars of Vampire Diaries, and he actually came on as an investor. He's actually from Louisiana, where the oil rig blew up. And he originally wanted to get involved, and he's actually a very, very strong green advocate. But again, it almost took something like this to trigger it. It always takes something major to trigger
that's the terrible
the change.
part. Yeah,
I know.
Now, everybody will come to you in 5 years and go, "Oh, we should have done it already."
We should have done it already. But then all of a sudden, he jumped on board. He's like, I have to do something. This is my backyard, and I know and the fact that he can do something.
Yeah.
Because he has a following, and people will listen to him.
He has a voice. Yeah.
Exactly, he's got a voice. So that's kind of that perfect example is that generator can actually power any production that is using green energy lights, LED lights.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
We have a question from the internet.
Couple. I'm not a professional, but can I use an LED light with my regular camera?
Oh, I'm not a professional, but can I use LED lights with my camera? Now, just so you know, because you obviously have a vast knowledge of this, a lot of people aren't really sure what LED lights are versus other. I know for me, as a DJ, I have LED lights, but those are different LED lights. How can somebody amateur that wants to make a difference, can they easily?
I think the bottom line is that you have to experiment. That's bottom line. Every time that you do something where you're going to be trying to shoot something, you have to experiment with. It could be either direct lighting, it could be diffuse lighting, but I think the bottom line is that you never know kind of what the quality is going to be until you actually try it out and you find out what formula works for you for your shoot.
Do you find the industry is being responsive to you? Do you find they're fighting because it's something new?
It's tough. It's funny. I read an article recently in the Los Angeles Times involving Adrian Grenier, who's actually a green advocate as well. And we had a long time to talk at an event that we powered at this global green event in Santa Monica. And he understands that he can make the difference, and he wants to look into using our generator on productions as well for
very cool.
that he's moving into. So
very, very cool. We have another question. You have a lot of fans today, Michael.
What color is LED lights, and what do you mean by combining light?
See, that's exactly what I was talking about. Oh, well, again, to a lot of people out there, we can't stop the show to do a lighting show.
Exactly.
But I think, Michael, to help you in all this, to answer it, go on the internet, learn about the different lights. You can do that. And like he said, it's really about experimentation.
Yep.
I think LED light versus whatever light, it's the same process I would think as a photographer, trying harsh light versus, what was he calling it at the end of the day?
Diffuse light?
No, the end of the day when it's all nice and warm.
Oh, golden hour.
Golden
hour.
It's a golden hour. So,
one more time?
Golden hour.
Okay, I got it.
Jazz hands. But yeah, go on the internet and read about it because it is too hard to explain. It is a different type of light. And we have another question.
What kind of generator do you use?
Explain a little. They want to know what kind of generator you use.
You know,
Because to me, just we want to learn. A generator to me is you gas it, you plug it in,
right.
You let all that beautiful smoke come out into the sky, and
well, basically what we've done, I think if we can go back to that picture for a second with Ian, this is all proprietary stuff we built ourselves. This is nothing. This is all new technology.
So the top there, it's just basically.
So you got solar panels that are pulling in the light, and then they're basically recharging a battery bank that's inside the actual yellow compartment. The batteries actually are state of the art, the most non-toxic batteries that you can recycle that are actually in the market today. Again, it's almost like the cell phone. Remember how the cell phone was a brick phone before, and all of a sudden the technology got better and better and better? Well, that actually does. It is going to happen eventually with green energy. Everything's going to get smaller and become more efficient.
Can you explain something to me? I don't understand this thing that you're showing us. Not that it is the same, but it looks exactly the same from the thing I saw 15 years ago, where it's a panel. Bring it in. How is it that people have not made more attempt to be a part of what you're doing? You know what I'm saying? It seems like it's been around for so long. What's kept people from doing it?
I think that there's the biggest problem is education and change.
Okay.
And I think that one of the problems is that the struggle for anything, like even with what we had to do with WireImage, is basically educate the various industries that we were going to be part of that change, but the struggle then is actually educating people on how to get there and make that change. Because I think that what happens here is that people are so used to using what is the norm, which is diesel fuel to actually power their sets, but don't realize that there's an alternative here, that if you just cut your power down, you could still use green energy that will power your production.
And they'd actually save money.
Exactly, and that's actually one of the other last topic is that the one of the biggest industries that's out there is the oil industry, and what they want to do is start converting their diesel light towers on different mining operations, where they can actually convert to green energy, solar, where these light towers live on their own, and they don't require any refueling.
Wow.
And as long as we have, well, you don't even need sunlight. It actually will operate in rain as well. But that's how they'll save money, and then the price of gasoline will come down at some point. That's one of the goals.
See, I'm scared right now that some guy from the oil company is going to pop up. I'm going to go, screw oil.
Well, oil certainly has its place. I mean, that's the bottom line. I think that
I'd be afraid of them coming after me if I started a company like you.
Yeah, but so it's the same thing with like Fanazas. People told me that I couldn't go to Africa and actually make a change there, and I told them no, I'm going to do it, because I can.
Which I want to talk about. We have a question first, though. I want to make sure.
I would like to get a generator like that. Where would I start?
I would like to get a generator like that. Where would I start?
Well, first of all, I think that at some point later on, I think at the end of the show, we'll actually have some contact.
Yeah, we'll show
information.
everything.
Yeah, so I think that that's best place to look for it is actually on the website, and we can certainly get you that information.
Yes. And we're going to talk about Africa in a second. You're watching ActorsE here on ActorsEntertainment.com. Let's take a look while one of the most respected photographers around today, John Michael Ferrari at ImagesByFerrari.com, shows us all his amazing stuff. Go do that, and we'll come back.
You're big with the hands.
Hey everyone, I am Judith Jones. If you are looking for photographs, which a lot of you are, let's face it, we need photographs every day, actors, models, even if you're just, the milkman, you need photographs, okay? You need to look good. And if you want to look good, you've only got one man to go to, and that's John Michael Ferrari. You see, I needed to look good. So I went to John, and he basically took me to the most beautiful place in LA and took these wonderful photographs of me, and I really didn't even recognize myself because I just looked, well, let's just face it, I looked stunning. So if you want to look stunning like myself in those photographs, go to him. He will make you look beautiful. If you're pretty, he'll make you look prettier. If you're not pretty, he'll make you look pretty. John Michael Ferrari. That's all you need to know. So go to imagesbyferrari.com. That's the website, imagesbyferrari.com. And you can check out all his photography and you can contact him there. You can look at a picture of me. He directed me, because if you need direction, which, hello, I do, he directs you too. So go and check that out, imagesbyferrari.com. You'll love it. You'll look great. Check it out. Bye, everyone.
And we're back. ImagesByFerrari.com. Check it out, everybody. We love Johnny.
I always want to see that little bouncing ball.
That's what I was trying to do. I always do it backwards, so I finally got it right.
I didn't know how that worked, but it actually works right here. That's cool.
Is that professional? No? Did I get fired?
What is professional?
ImagesByFerrari.com. I'm going to do my commercial before I get fired. This is Johnny's site, everybody. Check it out. If you go to the top, there is a special going on headshots. Also, if you go to the Actors Reporter site and go up top, we have some specials too, which we love giving to all our actors. So check it out. We also want to give a huge shout out. Michael, you should be proud. You have a lot of fans and chatters today. And sometimes we get small, sometimes we get big, and you got a big fan base. So we wanted to thank everybody. We're not going to get to chat.
Start a Facebook page. I don't know.
You should, which we need to talk about. We wanted to thank everybody. That's why we do the show. We do it for you guys. And thank you for all your questions today. King Polaris, try not to get in trouble in Ottawa. That's all I have to say. Back to Michael. I want to talk about Africa, but I do need to mention this story before we run out of time. I need to tell you what a great photographer this person is. We were at the Golden Globes.
Okay.
And Michael was shooting the Golden Globes. And I was doing a thing upstairs, and I come downstairs, and I'm near the red carpet, and it is just guarded like Fort Knox. I mean, it is just the glass. It was like that thick glass you can't get through. Security everywhere, and I see people on the red carpet, and I'm like, I need to get a shot of me on the red carpet. This will be really good for my career. It was like 10 years ago. And so I didn't know how to do it. I couldn't get past security. So I call Michael. I'm like on his cell phone. I'm like, Michael, get down here and shoot me. Michael's like, I'm busy. I'm like, I've known you since high school. Get down here. I'll hate you forever. And he's like, okay. So Michael comes down. You're standing.
One of many calls.
One of many calls that I do to Michael. I do it to him all the time. I hate you.
It's a love-hate thing.
Yeah. Are you coming over? Okay, I don't hate you anymore. Yeah. But no, I was standing there. I'll never forget this. And there's like three huge, cop security guys. And you're standing next to me. And you're not even paying attention. You're like on your camera. And I'm like, there's no way they're going to ever let me in. You go, what? Michael leans into the security guard and goes, hold on one sec. Pushes me out the door. And then you go, spin. And I turned around like this. And you were like, and I was like this on the red carpet. And security's trying to grab him. And then we got off. That was awesome.
Great days.
That was awesome. That was so much fun.
But we've evolved since then. That's good.
No, we haven't.
No, not really.
That's the fun stuff. Come on,
Okay.
you can't tell me still today getting that shot isn't,
I think it's fun to be dangerous
it's a drug.
sometimes, yes.
It's fun to be dangerous.
Yeah, and speaking of dangerous.
Speaking of dangerous, Michael traveling. That's dangerous.
Yeah,
no,
do that with me.
you are doing an amazing thing in and it's West Africa, correct?
West
Sierra
Africa, Sierra
Leone.
Yeah.
This is it right here? This is
Yep,
the foundation?
this is actually this is the foundation. We actually have to
I'll let you
update-
tell us about it.
Well, we have to update the website, but basically the long and the short of it is that in 2006 I had the opportunity to go to West Africa, specifically Sierra Leone, and document the homecoming of a celebrity actor, Isaiah Washington, who was originally on a show called Grey's Anatomy. Went back and he contracted me to shoot the documentary stills for his homecoming into Sierra Leone because he had done the African ancestry test and figured out that's where he was from. So it was a beautiful experience. When I was there, I made a decision with my other charity partner. His name is Adisa. Adisa is actually one of the co-founding partners of FNAZA, and we said, look, we're going back to Africa regardless, and we're going to change this area because I didn't know it at the time, but I felt that I cover all the diamonds on the red carpet, and I thought to myself, this is a great opportunity to go back and give back to a place that's actually given so much beauty to Hollywood. So,
And
you know,
you started this like 5 years ago now.
well, actually, we launched it
When you first went.
We actually we first went in 2006.
Oh,
actually, it's funny.
what a
That's
wonderful
actually it's a
photo.
photo that I took, and this is actually them kind of gearing up to do a little song for us when we were there. But this little angel there in the dead center is like she's the only one looking at me, and it's like it almost called out to me saying, "Come back and help," because I think that. Once it's almost like you give. You don't want to give someone the fish. You want to teach them how to fish. And I think that the bottom line is, once these kids had and realized they had an opportunity to get out of the mining pits and get themselves in school, get a higher education, they realized that they were empowered and they could actually become the change they wanted to be.
Wow, that's
It's true. It's a true story, though.
It's what you got to do.
empowering.
Though. It is empowering, and that's what's beautiful is you're going over there not just to go drop off some stuff
Absolutely.
and go here's some food or some money, which is great too. Please
No, we
do
actually-
that.
yeah.
But you guys, you like you said, teach a man to
We
fish.
stay. We've actually been there now 3 years. We're actually going into our 4th year of actually hosting a soccer tournament every year. We call it Spread the Love. And what we do is we give an opportunity for the children there in the diamond mining district of Kono, specifically where Blood Diamond, that film was taking place, and give them the opportunity to play soccer for educational scholarships and let them have a better life. So.
Can I give them comedian scholarships?
That's actually it's funny because one of the best parts about the charity is that we want to empower the children through technology, give them even cameras to actually allow them to learn about not only photography but also sort of become sort of a mentoring program to let them realize that they can actually have a different career than their fathers and mothers had.
Wow,
Yeah.
Michael, it's really beautiful. It really is. We have a question.
Do they speak English?
Oh, did
Yes.
they speak English?
Yes, they actually do speak English. Most of the children actually do speak English. They speak a different dialect of Afrikanese. But as people maybe saw in the movie Blood Diamond, it's probably the best way to describe it is it's almost like you can understand it, but it's a variation of English. And if you pick up on it and you're there for a while, it's just like any language. You can understand what's being said. So.
Yeah. Another question?
Yeah, besides sending a check, how else can I get involved?
Great question. Besides sending a check, how can I get involved?
Great question. One of the things that we love is in-kind donations. So you don't need to send money, but what we do need is we need soccer uniforms. We need cleats. I would love to have a sponsor like a Puma, Adidas, Nike, something like that to come in and actually participate in this change, because I think that sport was the first way to actually allow the children to have change, because soccer, as you know, in the rest of the world is like religion. So it's like you give them an opportunity to showcase what their abilities are. I think that it's
the camaraderie too. I think my dad got on me in that in high school. If you're involved in a team, I think in a sport.
Yeah.
Do you think it's part of that?
Well, I think that, it is. It's exactly teamwork, but I think it's also not. Our next steps are to not actually just go after educational scholarships based around sport, because as we know, someone like yourself who's not sports inclined. I'm waiting for a reaction. But anyway, I don't know where he's going with that. But the bottom line is that we wanted to actually give opportunities for children also with learning about agriculture or learning about permaculture, learning about being the best citizen they can in their community. Giving them tools, and then they can actually change. They can get an educational scholarship through being a better citizen.
Now, I have to know, isn't it coming to a strange country, coming to a strange place, and suddenly bringing your presence there? When you first did it, was it a little daunting? You know, was it a little tricky? I mean,
actually,
I can only think with all these movies, with all the legalities of getting through, how did you even pull something like this off?
Well, the fun part about it is the fact that we actually went there, like I said, in 2006, and we made a very good, strong impression with the various chiefs and with the various government officials there. And they were actually initially afraid of change. They were afraid of us actually coming in there and actually, basically eradicating diamond mining with the children there, because it's part of their workforce. But once they realized that it was actually empowering and galvanizing the community for a community that's actually been destroyed for so long with civil war, that it actually brought people closer together and allowed them to be the good guys. So the chiefs realized that right on. They said, look, let's let this happen, because, if we fight this whole thing, then maybe that's the wrong approach. Maybe this is the right approach to let it happen. If it's meant to be, it will be.
Well, I bet it's the way you sat down with them too. It really is talking to them on their level. And
you just don't come in as a threat. As long as you come in
we're going to change you and help you.
No, you don't
what
force
can
the
we
change.
do?
Yeah. And just allow them to make those decisions themselves.
That's this face. See this face? That's how you do it. Yes, we have a question.
Do you ever give them their photos, and what are their reactions?
Do they ever get photos of themselves, or they get to see? And that's a great question.
That's a great
what is
question.
their reaction when they see these photos?
It's funny, actually, you mentioned that, because we went into certain areas of these diamond mining regions, and there were certain children that had never even seen a white person before. So that was it was empowering.
That's what I was getting at earlier a little bit. Wasn't it a little how am I gonna...
It was at first, but I got to be honest with you, I actually felt after the initial take of actually kind of landing and kind of getting your grounding, all of a sudden I felt wow, I almost felt, and I know it sounds crazy, but I still believe that we're all part of Africa in some form of Pangea. We all came from that area. So I think once you realize that it's in a sense it's kind of your homeland too, and you should be able to share everything you have, because they don't believe in actually owning land there. They actually believe that you just sort of use the land, and you don't actually have some form of ownership of it. You have to actually sort of earn. And they actually gave us 70 acres of land for our efforts there to do whatever we want with that land and allow the children to educate themselves and give them the opportunity, like I said, through permaculture. And you have to look these things up on the internet, but it's creating self-sustainability within your community by growing the things that you need, not what you want.
God, I wish only we could learn that here at home. We have to go, Michael. Thank you.
Pleasure, man.
Thanks for coming on the show, buddy.
Absolutely.
Since you're a hermit and you don't have a Facebook, a Twitter, or anything else that somebody else on the planet has, WireImage, they can go there and check out your stuff. Go there, guys. You're going to see so many amazing photos just scrolling through. Go just search for celebrities. Here is the website for the foundation. Please check this out. Please show it to your friends. Here's the Go Green. Check it out. Spread the word on Go Green, everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because we can really make a difference, and it is so simple. Thank you again, Michael.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming, everybody. Welcome to our show. I'm Brett Walkow. Oh, no, wait, that's the beginning. Thank you for coming to the show, everybody. We love you every Monday through Friday here, Hollywood time, 10 a.m. Make sure to check us out every day, because we need you for our chatters, for our numbers, so that we can stay on the air. And want to see more ActorsE Chat Shows? Want to see Michael? Want to see more of me? Go to the Actors Reporter or ActorsE Entertainment website, and you can put our names in the search box. ActorsReporter.com, ActorsEntertainment.com. Put it in the search box. There's the hands again. Tomorrow on the ActorsE Chat Show is Michael Diliberto. He's from the entertainment industry. He's a mediator, and this is the worst accent I've ever done. Stay tuned for our award-winning animation, which Pepper and now Media Productions won.
You're blocking me.
So check that.
You're blocking me.
They won a Telly Award. Check out the animation. We love you guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, hey big Hollywood starlet that just happens to be walking by. Yes. I'm not from around here, but I want to be an actress just like you. What do I need to know? Kid, let me tell you. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a naive newbie like you, there's one thing you need to know to get my first job. I lived in a slum, beat out 50 other girls to play a drunk bum.
I cried.
My first agent charged me 30%. Working 3 jobs and I couldn't pay rent. But I'm an actor.
She's an actor.
A shark gnawed my leg on a B film in Sydney. To pay for the stitches, I sold my left kidney. I finally made a union, their rules were complex. Their piles of paperwork fogged up my specs. But I'm an actor. She's an actor. I'm an actor. Well, that's rather disturbing, but what's the one thing I need to know? Don't listen to the critics. Don't follow all the tabs. Forget that sleazy photog and the agent that's got crabs. Go to Actors Reporter. ActorsReporter.com. Learn the tricks and the secrets without all the sweat. An info-packed one-stop shop. It's free and on the net. Actors Reporter. ActorsReporter.com.
How can they help her?
Career cues, union news, makeup woes, advice from pros, insurance tips, choosing scripts, everything at your fingertips. Actors Reporter. ActorsReporter.com.
I just got a call back.
I'll do it.
Oh, hello. I'm Mary Jo Gruber. Thanks for joining us on ActorsE Live Chat Show. I'm just one of your ActorsE hosts, but as you can see, I'm also the ActorsE Live video editor, which means that I'm here, even when you don't see me. ActorsE is here to chat with you Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, or Hollywood time, as I like to call it. Our guests include actors, directors, producers, writers, singers, comics, and others that are all in the entertainment industry. You can see previous shows at www.actorsentertainment.com, and be sure to check out our guest index to find your favorite celebrities. See you next time. I'm working.